This is the Viola tutorial for Beatles, and this section is this is Get Back. To start out with, I did make a couple of changes or adaptations in the Bowings. In measure 148, I'm not going to do the tie. Instead, in measure 149, I'm going to do a down, down. I like the down, down because of the accent, so it gives a little bit harsher 1, 2. So I made that little bit of a change. And then I'm going to play 151, 152, and 153, just like, I guess that'd be 155, 156, and 157. Anytime I have a similar pattern, I always like to make sure the bowings are the same. So that's why I'm going to, instead of doing 151 one way and 155 a different way, I'm just going to do them both the same ways. It's pretty much exactly the same, so I want to keep the bowings as consistent as I possibly can. The rest of the bowings, I think, are I didn't make any other adaptations. So just to kind of show you a little bit about the beginning. And I know this is slow. This is just maybe, so if you're watching, you can check out the bowing. So the first two parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all I really changed. I took a tie out and I added the double down. Sometimes I think it's important to remember that when we do play our Evening with Strings concert, that we're in a gym. So our articulations have to be a little bit different than if we were in our performance halls at school. And then the next little bowing change, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At 155, it's already marked 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3, 4 and. So I'm going to do that exact same bowing at 151. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 2 and 3 and. So that's just a little bit of some changes I did just to make it more consistent. I always teach 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Hopefully that doesn't get too confusing if your teacher does 1 take, 2 takes. That counting system is going to come in handy when you get down to the bottom at 183. So numbers are quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are quarter notes, solid with the stem. And then when I say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, those are all eighth notes. Eighth note is solid with a stem and a flag. Sometimes those flags are converted to beams when there's 2 or more eighth notes together. So if I start at measure 183, I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3, 4 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 3, 4 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3, 4 and 2 and 3 and 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 4 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you might have noticed that sometimes I tried to add a dot over the last note of the tie, and that was just to create a little bit of harder articulation so that when we are playing in the big gyms, it's easier to hear. If I start at that last line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, I messed that up, didn't I? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and. So you kind of hear where the bow stops and starts. That's not necessarily a musical thing as much as it is a vertical alignment thing. That way, when we're all with the big orchestra, it's easier for us to play together. So Get Back is all about counting, especially those last 2.5 lines where it's endless forever playing open Ds or just the note D altogether. Just keep count, all right? We don't have a lot else to do right now, so counting is a good thing. So numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I do my quarter notes. Quarter notes are solid with stem. And then when I have eighth notes, that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And those notes are solid with a flag and the stem, two or more of them together, and that's called a beam. All right, so there's a little bit about get back. Have fun.